You can bring it down. Oh, man. Good morning. Welcome into What's in Your Loaf right here. 21.6 The Net. Of course, I'm Deek. She's not Skeet at all. Skeet is, well, he's got a day job and he's got to do a little work on some Zooms. He only spent 3 hours on one Zoom call yesterday.
What's it?
They played bingo. Nothing like bingo on Zoom. Of course, to my right, your left, the one, the only, the sensational Steph Conley from Steph's Bookkeeping. Of course, we'll be back together later this afternoon with Ask a Bookkeeper. So it's like we were just saying, it's like all week.
Well, because I was on Dawn's show, Dawn's new show, then Mary's show, then this show, and then I'm going to be on my show.
Thank God her office is right down the hallway here at the wonderful Tanyan Brothers.
I don't know if I should start paying you guys to be on all these shows.
Maybe,
or if they should start paying me to be their guest.
Yeah, Pete does look much better today, Don. I would have to say, yes. Of course, what's that? Yeah, a little tuck, a little nip, a little tuck. That was good. Of course, as you see the scroller, if you're not on Facebook or YouTube, you're going to see that, well, today, Steph and I are going to discuss, because it's the holidays, WAP, means wet ass kitty cat. Can you say the P word, Punani? Wet ass pussy is the name of this song, which went to the top of the charts. Please, I'll take some. Yeah, thank you. You're beautiful. And
no, I'm good.
And then of course the ever so edgy, ever so aggressive, rapey song, Baby It's Cold Outside. So let me just, for those of you who don't know W-A-P, WAP, that's the way it is, went to number one on the pop charts. Went to number one on the pop charts, went to number one on the rap charts, all this stuff. And it's by Cardi B.
And isn't like Megan Thee Stallion? She's in there too.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion's in there. And here, can I read a couple of the?
Yeah.
Let me read a couple of the lyrics.
Good morning. How you doing?
I said, certified freak, 7 days a week, wet ass pussy. Make that pull-out game weak, woo. Yeah. You effing with some wet ass pussy. Being a bucket and a mop for this W-A-P. Give me everything that you got for this W-A-P. Beat it up, nigga. Catch a charge, extra large and extra hard. Put this P right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And more. Now, I'm sorry about that, listeners, but I have to go through a couple of lyrics because the question that I posed to my daughter was, what is that song? And she says, it's WAP. And I go, and that went to number one, and that's not offensive? Yet, Baby It's Cold Outside is offensive and rapey? No. I sit here and I had to God. She says, whoa, WAP is a woman who's confident and strong in her body. That's a strong woman. No, that's not offensive at all. I go, it's offensive to me. Yet, if we flip over to Baby It's Cold Outside, and let's just I'll do the same thing. I really can't stay. Baby It's Cold Outside. I gotta go away. Baby It's Cold Outside. This evening has been, I've been hoping you'd drop in. So very nice. I'll hold your hands, they're just like ice. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's the hurry? My father will be pacing the floor. Listen to the fireplace roar. So really, I'd better scurry. Beautiful, please don't hurry. Well, maybe just a half a drink more. I'll put some records on while I pour. The neighbors might think, baby, it's bad out there. Say, what's in this drink? No cabs to be had out there. I wish I knew how. Your eyes are like starlight now. That's just some of the. How is that offensive? And WAP is not. You're a woman. Tell me.
So I don't get offended very easily.
Right.
So neither song I find to be
Offensive.
that bad.
Right.
Would I be listening to WAP with my 89-year-old grandma? No. Would I be listening to Baby It's Cold Outside with my 89-year-old grandma? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the whole different vibe with that. I polled a couple women after we kind of talked about it briefly at the studio, and it sounded like the response that I got from some people was that they agree with your daughter, that they feel that WAP is kind of a confident woman. She's coming into her own. She's expressing herself through her lyrics. But as for the Baby It's Cold Outside, they basically felt that, like, if the guy was there,
spit in my mouth, look in my eyes, that's a confident woman.
she's giving you very specific instructions.
I guess so.
You cannot fail.
I guess so. All right.
But so if so when I polled them, they said that basically if the guy was their type and their flavor, they would not be offended by him being cheeky and trying to keep her in the house, have one more cocktail, and they're just playing like a cute little cat and mouse game. But if he was not her type and whatever, then she felt like it was rapey. But I was like, well, what guy's house do you go to that is not your type that you go have cocktails with in the late evening?
Yeah, just drop in.
Right.
I don't know.
So then I'm like, like,
and that's, I mean, that's what's in my love today is that this is ridiculous, right? Now, I was talking with somebody. It might have been, I don't know, it might have been Mary Shep. Spitting is not my kind of confidence, says Don. Hey, yeah, right? So this is so bizarre. Now the reason, right? The reason I think that there's such a big mix or a mix up, I guess, of feelings on this is one's cool hip hop and we're young and cool. One was probably written back in the 60s or before, and it's like, wait, whoa, you know. And so the times of course are different, but I say the same thing. I'm like, why would you just pop by when there's a blizzard going on if you don't like the guy?
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't like when I was single, I wouldn't just pop over at people's houses, and
especially if you didn't like them,
especially have drinks. Like usually that kind of implies one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I grew up listening to rap in the 90s and stuff.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, so when you like listen to those lyrics and go back to all that and listening, you know, if you look up like Trina and all of them, like other female rappers back from that era, their lyrics were just they were comparable to what Cardi B is doing. It wasn't much different.
Yeah,
so
it might have been even worse.
I don't understand how it could be, you know, all of a sudden now. I feel like every generation has their risque songs that have kind of carried them on to the next thing. I mean, I don't understand how it's not offensive, like listening to a song that talks about cotton picking and you have people doing a dance in accordance to that. But then if you listen to like old, like, I guess I don't know what to call it, like slave songs
Mhm.
that they would sing in the cotton fields. That's offensive. But doing a dance on a dance floor, picking cotton, that's not offensive. I feel like it's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
So I feel like people just need to relax. I mean, it's just a song. And I don't feel like Baby It's Cold Outside should be removed from the playlist on the Christmas channel. I don't
Right.
feel like a lot of that stuff should be removed.
Where I think a lot of well, let's see what Don has to say here. He wrote a book here. You're raising a good point, Deek. It's now uncool to call out something that is new and edgy when the words of a song are right there in front of us. Right? That's right. That's right. And we don't and we certainly don't want to. Hey, good morning, Fred. Good morning. And of course, coming up here in about 3 minutes, we're going to have a new segment, Too Much Heat for Pete. And where Pete's going to eat something and he's going to let us know if there's too much heat for him. And today it just may be some cowboy candy.
So we have a female listener.
Yeah.
Is messaging in, and she said that she likes both of those songs. She said that WAP is badass. I don't get what's so offensive about it. It's what every guy wants and what every girl aspires to be, isn't it? And then she said, Baby It's Cold Outside is one of her favorite Christmas songs.
Yeah, they're both kind of in that same genre. I mean, you're right, and I think it's what every woman wants as well. I don't think that's saying too much, right? I would love to see the tables turned, and the offended folks would now be the uncool folks. Yeah, true.
Well, you know that there's like a flip version. You're on Zoom over there,
yeah,
Pete.
you zoom up, boy. That's it. Well, we're gonna have you come out here in a minute or two.
There's a flip side of the song for WAP. A guy made a flip side of it.
Well, I imagine.
So I don't know if you've heard that one
But
yet,
no, what?
but it talks about his
Boner.
yeah and stuff like that. So I mean, the men have not sat down and taken this lightly. They've rose to the challenge and they will come out with their song.
Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play. I'll wear a disguise. That's what every man wants, is to do that to his other half, better half, right? So,
well, you've been married for so long. I feel like we should have had somebody that's like freshly married on the panel. I feel like you and I have been married too long.
Not to each other. We just been married, right? Rich, don't come in here and kick my ass. Well, here's the deal. And if you want to know the truth, Wet Ass Pussy's got a good beat to it. It's not a bad song. I mean,
isn't it the same? Didn't they steal that beat? Though?
Yes.
Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And Baby It's Cold Outside. Absolutely. Tell me who doesn't sing along with that when it's on Elf and they're in the shower, right? Everybody does, right? Here's the deal: is that I think that movie stars, actors, artists, music artists have all started to use their quote unquote platform for political and to get across a different agenda rather than just sing. Now, back in the 60s, right, we had war. What is it good for, right? So we had some protest songs. Mm-hmm. And that was it. But the artist didn't necessarily, go on, the Merv Griffith show and start spouting out, political stuff, right? I mean, we had the greatest Muhammad Ali who, said, "Listen, I don't believe in war. My religion doesn't believe in war. Put me in jail," right? I mean, so there are those things. But see, this is where America has allowed, we get so enamored with Hollywood types and music, movie stars and people of that nature that we start to go, hey, what their opinion is matters. No. No, it doesn't. Their base of reality is skewed. they're actors. People gain weight, lose weight, change their personalities to fit into a role.
Right.
Right. Here's the, I don't think WAP is necessarily a woman saying, "Look how great I am in my body." I think it's like $10 says you can't write a song like that and get it to the top of the charts.
Well, you know what her career path was before she was a rapper, right?
No.
She was a stripper.
Oh, right.
And they found her at a strip club. And then she was on that show, Love and Hip Hop, one of those ones. I don't know if it was New York or what city it was. And then so she started getting it's just like kind of this like reality weird show. And so she started getting some type of, momentum.
Yeah.
And then she got her teeth fixed. She used to have a gap in her teeth. And then next thing you know, she started coming out with these.
We call that the Michael Strahan.
So she started coming out with these hits and stuff. So her music and her lyrics and all that kind of stuff, I think, play to her former career.
And good. I mean, hop on top. I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Hey, you're exercising during it. That's fantastic. Here's the whole thing. And America, listen to what I'm saying. And this is what's in my love. Quit being wet ass pussies. Right? I mean, seriously. The bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. It's just a song. You don't like it, don't listen to it.
Right.
Don't get it banned because somebody likes it out there.
Right. Because I remember when Freak Nasty came out with their song "The Dip."
Mm-hmm.
Remember that song? And I was listening to it on the radio with my mom driving somewhere, and somebody called in and said that they're a mom and that they're now, I'm assuming this person would be referred to as a Karen.
Yeah.
They were driving their kids to school and they no longer wanted the radio station to play that song during that half hour while they drive the kids to school because they don't want their kids to hear it. Well, then listen to a different radio station than on the way to school.
So listen, to my surprise, I'm sitting in the living room, and because of the type of person I am, we listen to a lot of music. We don't watch a lot. We don't even have cable. Haven't had cable for almost 20 years, right? So
wow,
I just that we don't. And so we've got Amazon Music on the hip hop thing because that's what the two daughters left at home like. And this comes on, and well, lo and behold, my 6th grader starts saying every word on it. And I'm like, what did you just say? Just song, Dad. not for an 11-year-old girl. It's not just a song, right? That's where I started doing the research to find out that this thing went all this rose all the way to the top, and it's sold millions of copies. But I don't think you would get kicked out of school. I don't think you would get kicked out of church just going around singing "Baby, It's Cold Outside." I think your grandma would make you eat soap if you walked around singing WAP. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I was in high school, I had a Rob Zombie t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to have my mom bring me a hoodie because my shirt, I guess, promoted vampirism, and we weren't allowed to have that in a public school. So I had to change my shirt, and all it did was had a picture of Rob Zombie's face on the front of the shirt. It's not like it was anything else.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's like weird. I feel like, with your daughter singing WAP, I mean, I know my youngest is a little bit younger than her, but like if he was singing it and kind of walking around the house or whatever, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But if I had a daughter and she was of a certain age, I'd be like, because I've seen the dance that goes along with the song. And then you look at the dance, like the people, how they're dancing in "Baby, It's Cold Outside." It's just cute, like Broadway kind of dancing. Mm-hmm. And then you look at this other and they're humping the floor. Like I don't know if I would want to see my daughter doing that. I mean, I'm not offended by the song, but I'm also an adult.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really dig into, and so I guess the issue people have with Baby It's Cold Outside is that the guy is drugging her coffee or whatever, or her bourbon or whatever they're drinking, and he's got his foot against the door saying you can't leave, but that's not what's really happening there, right? I mean, we can, I simply must go. Baby, it's cold outside. The answer is no, baby. So she's like, hey, I got to go. But the answer is no. I'm going to stay here. Right. But people go, oh, no. What she's saying is no. The answer is no to your come ons.
Well, she just says, well, what would her mom think? So clearly she wants to stay, but she doesn't want to.
My sister will be suspicious.
Right.
So is his sister dating this guy? Oh.
Or like, what would your neighbors think? So meaning if her
Right.
car was still there in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm assuming that Tinder wasn't a thing back then when this song came out. So
yeah,
it wasn't so common for random cars to be in people's driveways.
Yeah. So, the other, hey, there's bound to be talk tomorrow. At least there'll be plenty implied, she said.
So, I mean, it sounds like she wants to stay, but for social reasons, she wants to leave.
Right.
And
because back when this was written.
Right. And then you have Cardi B who just puts it all out there. Like
all of it.
Like, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to go down.
There it is.
Here we go. It's a whole new world.
Drop the mic.
From,
if you know what I mean.
From the 1950s,
That's true.
60s to now.
So we're right about the bottom of the hour. And we got to get Pete over here. We're a little past the bottom of the hour. But we'll have to get Pete over here for too much heat for Pete. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad it's him and not me, because
I
still haven't I guess manned up and tasted the hot AF yet.
The hot AF triple X is the real throwdown. So we'll get him over here when he's done jibber jabber. And he said he'd get break away. But of course, this morning, what we're talking about is what's in our loaf is simply just the idiocracy that people have. They're too soft.
Yes.
And they read too much into stuff. Stop it, people. It's 2020, for Christ's sakes. If you don't like a song, turn the channel. Don't even listen to it.
Right.
Right? Don't try to get it banned. It's ridiculous.
If you don't like it, or you don't like it in your house, then don't have it in your house.
Then don't have it in your house.
Like, but if I like it and I want to play it while I'm making macaroni in a pot, then that's, what I'm going to do.
I mean, nothing says good macaroni than Baby It's Cold Outside. Right? But it's the truth. I mean, there are songs, Metallica, when I was growing up too, Metallica and that speed metal was all, oh my God, that's the devil's music.
Mm-hmm.
You can't understand. Well, they, of course, for whom the bell tolls is a song about the Battle of Waterloo. So if you listen to the lyrics and you look at it and say, okay, well, you don't like it, don't listen to it.
Right.
Right. Rush is one of the biggest, greatest, greatest bands out there. I've got 3 brothers who are enamored by Rush. I don't even like them.
Well, what about when Kiss came out with the guys with the long hair and the makeup
Knights
and
in Satan's service
and the platform heeled shoes and so I mean everything has. I mean, I think one of my first concerts I saw was Slayer.
Yeah. So Fred says that Frank Astaire is the GOAT. No, I think he's talking about Metallica. Yeah, absolutely. If Fred, hang in there when he's done jibber jabber, and we're gonna get him over here to eat something from Little Bird Kitchens and see if it's too much heat for Pete. Don says if you want to ban, you should be banned. Hey, this is not far from the truth. Of course, that's why we chose to go on the internet instead of regular radio and the FCC, because, well, we would have been banned by now. Okay, fine. Just another drink then. That took a lot of convincing. Baby, it's cold outside. And it was just some freaky guy who didn't want her to get pneumonia.
Well, have you ever watched that comedy special with Joe Rogan? Have you ever watched his stuff?
Well,
So-
it depends which one. Yeah.
So he did like a whole thing on Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
Okay. So like he said that like if his daughter was approached by him, it would be, you know, brimstone and fire and the guy would burn.
Yeah.
But if he had a son of the same age and Harvina Weinstein wanted
You're high-fiving that con all day long.
right, wanted him to go downtown to get the $1 million checks that these other women got, then he's pimping out his son.
That's right.
And that's
What is wrong with you?
So, like,
it was funny.
I feel like it's always so weird. Like when it's a woman talking about women's stuff and things, it's not
Pete,
offensive.
Pete, you want to grab something from Little Bird Kitchens? Come over and eat it on camera.
I can do that real quick.
Yeah.
But like if it's a guy talking to a woman, then all of a sudden there's like this whole victim thing happening, and then it's like not so funny and
Yeah.
cute. And
Yeah.
it's a double standard, and it's not fair. I think either way, I think it's funny, but
It is, and I'm gonna yesterday after Mary's show, we did. Now, Pete, here's Pete, and this segment is a new segment in what's in your loaf, and it's called "Too Much Heat for Pete." Too much heat for Pete, and today he's going to be biting into
Kicking carrot.
Lil Bird's kicking carrots.
Now, should I qualify this? I'll take a quick bite here.
Lil Bird's kicking carrots. There's Uncle Pete.
Got this. Yay.
Yeah.
And it's super tasty. Carrots. Kicking carrots. Now, I don't know. Do you want to see me eating this?
Yeah. No, they did want to see you eating it. And the survey says, is the kicking carrots too much heat for Pete?
No. This is super tasty.
Look at he's going in for another carrot, and he doesn't eat vegetables.
No, I don't.
That's how good this stuff is. If you want some kicking carrots from Little Bird Kitchens, follow them on Facebook.
Would you guys like to have some kicking carrots?
No, I'm eating a nice little cinnamon
no,
roll
thanks.
here. Yeah.
After I put my fork in and double dip.
Yeah, no, you're fine. That's that hey, listen, there's enough heat in those kicking carrots. It's gonna cure all COVID. Don't worry about that. It'll chase the COVID.
This is not for weak.
No. On a scale of 1 to 10, on too much heat for Pete, this rates a where?
3.
That's a 3.
I would
So it's
agree.
kind of
I've
nice and
had it.
sweet.
I would agree. It's a 3.
It's a nice and sweet kind of heat. So thanks, Pete. Too much heat for Pete. New segment here on What's in Your Loaf. And of course, Uncle Pete heading back to do his thing over there with the Zoom call, which is great. So after the show yesterday, and just kind of going back to what you were saying of the double standard, is there was, and I forget if it was Mary or Derek from Gold Shield that was talking about it. But there's this chiropractor who made a post on Facebook about his business, and I guess this guy is good looking. I
Okay.
mean, everywhere, built, muscular, not too gross muscular, just real good looking. And people ladies started a whole thing going, man, I need to go over there and get an adjustment from that. And wow, look at,
Mhm.
So they start talking about this chiropractor and his butt and this and that, and saying, man, he could adjust me anytime, from the inside out. And I mean, they're going crazy. And here's the difference. If a bunch of men were doing that about a female, we're all pigs.
Oh yeah, you guys would have been crucified. It
Crucified.
would have been taken down by the third comment.
Oh yeah,
It would have been
blocked. Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. How dare you, you pigs? you. So So it's just interesting. What does Don have to say here? Remember the good old days, Deek, when we just tried to influence others' opinions respectfully versus wanting to deny folks the opportunity to have a different opinion? Absolutely. And it's so true, right? And we can thank social media for that, because now people want to argue about your opinion on something.
Right.
This is my opinion. There's no fact basis. Maybe there is some fact in it, but this is just my opinion. I love coffee. I think this is good coffee. You may go, I think it's gross. And then I'm going to get mad at you and try to persuade you to say, no, it's not gross. It's the best thing ever. Look at this coffee. It's delicious. Death Wish Coffee. Death Wish Coffee Company. Some of the best coffee out there. Right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. If it was reverse and it was a bunch of dudes, saying things like that to that extent about a female chiropractor or whatever, a female in general,
right?
So it would have been
so, right. A man does the opposite of WAP first, and he is a raper, and he is a woman basher, and right. But because it's the response to WAP, now it's kind of cute and funny.
Yeah, because now they're going to battle. But I mean, if you look at Two Life Crew, I mean, all of their songs and read their lyrics, I mean, that was basically the equivalent of what WAP is.
Well, they were the ones, right? Two Live Crew and Luke Skywalker basically were the ones who got the parental tag put on albums and stuff, right?
I thought NWA was the first one to get the tag.
Could have been
because of when they came out with that song "F the Police."
Yeah,
I thought that
could be.
I thought that kind
of
was
right there in that same era.
Yeah, the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah. When it was on cassette.
Or have you ever listened to ICP? Insane Clown
oh
Posse?
My gosh, they're crazy.
And listen to some of their lyrics and stuff and what they talk about and how detailed they are about murdering people.
Yeah, it's crazy
and stuff like that.
Not a big ICP fan. Not a what do they call them?
A juggalo.
A juggalo. That's it.
Yeah.
Were you a juggalo?
No, but I had friends back when I was in middle school that was their jam.
Yeah. My wife's cousin, I got ICP tattooed on his knuckles.
Well, that's a little extreme, but no, I didn't do that.
He's
but
since had it removed.
You have that, or what was another? Even if you listen to Hollywood Undead and listen to some of their lyrics, they're like a newer band, I think, or whatever. Or I just kind of came upon them, and you listen to their lyrics. They talk about underage anal sex in their songs. If you listen to the lyrics,
I don't.
Or Avenged Sevenfold has that song where he talks about murdering his significant other because she cheated on him, and then he keeps the corpse, and he talks about necrophilia. I just feel like every single genre of music, whether it's rap, pop, metal, whatever, classical, whatever, I feel like there's always some little thing in there. You'll find something if you dig hard enough.
I see UP. Don says he prefers ICUP over ICP. Well, and who was it, Don? You'll help me out, or Pete over there. Back in the day, fat bottom girls make the world go around, right? So it's been going on ever since there's been music and song. What does this mean for doo-wop music? says somebody. Give me a doo-wop. I mean, I hate that genre, first of all. So I don't.
What is that like for
the Grease era? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Yeah, I hate that music. 50s. I can't stand it.
So is it? Didn't they call it
Greaser or something? I don't know.
I forgot what it's called.
50s.
But wasn't what was the guys that would have the red and white pinstripe shirts with the hats? What is that called?
The quartet, barbershop quartet.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm thinking.
No, those are great. Yeah. Most entertainment today is simply focused on how do I up the shot. Yeah, you're right. It is, and that's what the news, 24-hour news has created. If it bleeds, it leads, and the more gorier it is. I mean, at one point, our televisions were we only had news at certain times during the day, and at one point, we had good old situation comedies, sitcoms, But now, if you turn on, we have Special Victims Unit. We have, Murder She Wrote. We have
How to Get
anything.
Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder. Here's what it's like in prison. Orange is the New Black. And so our entire source of entertainment is just what Cardi B has done. Shock the world. Now, hey. Amazing to me, right? But for somebody to for the same people who say that "Baby It's Cold Outside" is offensive and are rolling down the street listening to WAP, there we have a problem.
Isn't it like the same thing where there's all those comments and posts out there right now? If you didn't get together with your family on Thanksgiving because of social distancing,
But
and
you went shopping.
But you went out on Black Friday and
Welcome to the brainwash. Your brainwashing's complete, or something.
Right,
like that,
so I feel like it's almost like the same thing. Like
Mhm.
I don't understand how you could be so offended by one thing, but then not the
Right.
other. And I feel like they go hand in hand, or they're in the same cup.
Yeah, and the interesting and Two Girls One Cup is an interesting one too. Speaking of that, but we get what we want. Hollywood would not feed us this stuff if we weren't. Yeah, no, absolutely. They're making money, and then they become the 1%ers, and then they make fun of the 1%ers. Right. The interesting thing is, it's to me, be you. You want to listen to whatever music, listen to it.
So like
Right.
with you being, a business owner of the station
Yeah.
and stuff, do you ever feel, has there ever been a song that's come on your radio in the summertime when you're listening with your windows rolled down that you've gotten to a red light that you've rolled your windows up because of the lyrics, or you just keep it at whatever pace?
Yeah, I usually, if I'm at a stoplight with the windows down and I think it's going to offend somebody, I usually turn it up. Right.
What about in my car with it being lettered?
Yes.
Do you think that would be a little?
That's a little different. Like, well, I might want to turn this down because that's your rolling office, right? I mean, that's your rolling billboard. And you have to. That's why I listen to country. I mean, country just talks about trucks, beer.
Have you heard that song?
Haystacks.
Look up that Wheeler Walker Jr.
Wheeler,
Look him up.
Wheeler Walker Jr. What's he got?
He has that song, "Bring Him Out." You've heard that song. There's no way you haven't heard that. But every single song he has is like, it makes you blush listening to it. Like, and that's country, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go big or go home. Redneck shit.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can find the lyrics on that one.
I feel like nobody's talking about his songs being super
let's see.
risque, but I've listened to a few of his songs and I'm like, whoa. Like, I had to look at my radio and I was like, dang.
And we've got a little bit of time here, so let's just see. So this one would go along with WAP. It's actually entitled Pussy King.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Wheeler Walker Jr. MFers. Right. I'm back. I got pussy on the brain, and
see, you can't even get through without blushing.
I can't. Listen, for the love of God, go out and look at these lyrics, because I can't even read them without blushing.
So, like, if that came on your radio and you're sitting at a stoplight, you think you would turn it up, or you'd be like, ooh.
I love country, but holy Lord. Got a girl in Memphis and one in Baton Rouge. Dietitian in Austin who thinks my is better than food. My wee. Right. Wow. Twins in Oakland. One watches 1 pound away. Trainer in Bakersfield keeps her legs open for me just in case. Got an Asian girl, her peas inside out. Catholic virgin thinks anal doesn't count. Wow, I had no idea. I haven't heard this. I have no idea.
There you go.
Now,
Learn something new now.
Now, is this the retort to WAP, or is
No.
this isn't the one you were talking?
No,
this
there's-
is just a country guy. That's
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm a country legend. I am the P King. Wow. This is what.
Exactly. See
What?
what I'm saying? Like, but nobody's talking about like
Nothing.
this stuff.
Nothing. Your mom's like, yeah, my son has made it big in the world of country. Have you listened to his new song, Pussy King? I don't think I could hear a mother saying that. It's like, oh no, here, let's turn it on.
So how would you feel if Spencer was like singing that around the house?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that either, to be honest with you, especially at 11 years old, right? He's 26. I probably still wouldn't like it. But again, I haven't heard it, so
But
maybe
see,
it's got a good. Maybe it's a good song.
You don't have a problem reading Cardi B's lyrics out. You kept straight face, read it, no problem.
Yeah.
It's a woman talking about
I
women's
did, but
body
you gotta-
parts or
right.
whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But this one, a man talking about women, it made you nervous to read
Yeah.
it out loud.
Yeah, I got a little sweat going. It's bad, right? It's true. I'm like, man, I don't even know if I wanted to read that. I mean, holy good night.
But yeah, most of his songs are like that. And that's how it is. But like, I don't know. I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten like a whole lot of backlash
Please,
with the way he talks.
somebody, listen. You go and just Google the lyrics to this song. That needs to be banned. I just said you shouldn't ban music. This one needs to be banned. This is bad.
What's that disclaimer? Not for work appropriate.
Oh yeah, this isn't for
So
anything.
Don, don't go turn that on at work.
This is for nothing appropriate. This guy, holy cow! I had no idea.
Yeah, well, because he has that song, that Bring 'Em Out song that's on
Right.
the radio. So that was edited enough, and that
Oh,
brings it
yeah.
on the radio. So that gives you that little taste to
Yeah.
come and listen to the stuff. And then when you start listening to all those other songs, you're like, oh dang, like
Right.
like like it went from PG to triple X rated in 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's yeah. Whoa, man. Yeah, drop them out. That's
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
Drop them out. Yeah, that's it. Now that's
And it's funny, it has a catchy beat, like it's not, and that's
Yeah.
all over TikTok.
it's all over TikTok.
Right.
It's actually a
challenge.
challenge. Yeah, yeah. No, done. I don't think so. I mean, this made me. I can't. No.
But
Trust
speaking of
me.
TikTok, though, Rich said he's gonna ban TikTok in our house.
Well, you spend too much time on it.
Well, like I will scroll through it and I will send him like videos or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't and whatever, and he's just like, why do you keep sending me the stuff about dicks? And I'm like, well, it's funny. And he's like, send me something else. So then I sent him some other
There's a ton of there are a ton of funny people out there.
Yeah.
There's a crap ton of funny people on TikTok. And if you follow the right ones, they are hilarious. They are absolutely hilarious. It's crazy. But yeah, so I think that here it is. You want to make music, make music. If I don't like this Wheeler Walker, I know the drop 'em out, right? Because it's been on TikTok. There are some funny, gross songs out there. I mean, it is. I mean, hey, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights by Meatloaf. That's about.
Oh, what about that Adam Sandler song?
Yeah.
Oh God, what is it? Like
Piece of shit car.
no, like something slowly. Oh God, Rich sings it with the
Yeah.
shampoo bottle in your
Pete,
butt.
Uncle Pete knows that one too.
Yeah, I
but,
forget the name of it, but yeah.
Right, I know what you're talking about. So yeah, the big funny thing I think that's out there is people have the right to express themselves with song and lyrics and things. They should. You can't get them banned. Just don't listen to them. Don't buy their albums, right? At the risk of offending and or being serious on the loaf, we really should think about how much garbage we consume in terms of entertainment, better use of our time, I would hope. Yeah, absolutely. There is a ton of garbage out there. Now, if you want to be entertained and you want to be entertained without any garbage, yet today, still one of my favorite shows, well written, one of my favorite shows because it pokes fun at a lot of America and the Hollywood industry. Boston Legal.
Don't think I've ever seen it.
Boston Legal is by far probably my favorite show ever. As a matter of fact, I'm watching it again. All over from the beginning. It's got James Spader in it. It's got it's got William Shatner. There's just a slew of stars in it. Candice Bergen is in there. Betty White is in there for a season. I mean, it is a great show, hilarious, and it's if you want to be entertained, it's just great. Spader and Shatner are just brilliant together, and it's awesome. It's just funny. So it's very,
check
very,
it out.
yeah.
We'll
Boston
see.
Legal is by far my favorite show in a long, long time. So, and I'm watching it again, and it got taken off the air because, well, it was too funny, I think, and because of just what Don said is the garbage that's out there now, and they kind of make fun of that in some of their episodes too. So. Great stuff. That's gonna. I mean, we're at 8:01. That's gonna push us to the end of the Loaf. Of course, crazy times. But here's what I want everybody to do: as you're out and you're enjoying this holiday, and you hear "Baby, it's cold outside," I want you to go ahead and think of wet ass pussy at the same time, and just enjoy that. And just enjoy that. And then maybe run over and listen to a little country Wheeler Walker right after that WAP into the Peking. And I don't mean China.
And that just rounds out your evening.
Then go spend a few moments of silence in your church. Gargle some holy water. Do something. Oh, man, you got it. Oh yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap up this version of the Loaf. Of course, we appreciate everybody who came in. Don, always good to see you, brother. Glad that you're healthy. Remember, wear your face masks if you're out in public, or don't. She's Stephanie Conley. I'm Kent Jones. Come back at 3:30 because we'll have Ask a Bookkeeper, and it's going to be an exciting show. And we might as well just finish this long week out of radio shows together. So
yeah.
let's just hammer it out. So for all of us here at 21.6 The Net, until next time, remember what's in your loaf and the kicking carrots from our good friends over at Lil Bird Kitchen. 3 and not too much heat for Pete.
Bye, Don.